So let's take, inshallah, our beloved Ustad Zan Rashid Bhai before we proceed. Assalamu alaikum wa sallam Ustad.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, brothers. Sorry, I'm joining late. I was busy earlier. Here I am at your service.
May Allah bless you, Bhai. May Allah reward you. We all know you don't need to excuse ever, Bhai. Everybody knows, inshallah, that you are busy with the khair. May Allah bless your
Inshallah.
activities. Bhai, inshallah, I give you 2 minute summary so you can, inshallah, come with us in this whole discussion.
Inshallah.
Bhai, in 1899, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani had a son, Mubarak Ahmad, the last male child born to this family. Mubarak Ahmad got severely sick in 1907.
Okay.
And he was about 7 years old.
No,
Mirza,
more than 7.
yeah, 7 years and a few months, yeah.
No, 1889 you said, right?
Yeah.
1889, that's 16 years. 17 years.
No, by 1907.
Yeah, so 1889 to 1907 is
Sorry,
18 years.
Maybe I said wrong. 1899.
1899, okay.
My
Then
apologies.
it's 7. Yeah, then it's
My
7,
apologies.
of course.
My apologies.
Sorry.
My apologies. So
Yeah.
basically, when he was about 7 or 8 years old, he got severely sick. And why we need to keep in mind two things. As parents, we all know that we have this special love for our younger children.
Yes.
This is very natural. So
Absolutely.
same was case with Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. He was a human being at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Secondly, the promised reformer, the prophecy of a promised reformer, Musleh Ma'ud. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani used to put his hand on different children in the past, but every single one of them died. He
Right.
said, this is the reformer, he died. Oh, this is the one, he died.
Right.
Eventually, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani put his hand on Mubarak Ahmad. He said, actually, he is the promised reformer. He is that child. So by his special love was there, and he appointed, or he actually implemented the prophecy of a promised child on Mubarak Ahmad. Now, long story short, in 1907, when he was sick, some people, we don't know the names, they have not given us the names. Some random people have some dream. In their dreams, they saw that Mubarak Ahmad is getting married. When they told the dream to Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, he said that according to the interpretation of the dreams, if somebody is being married in the dream, he will die. It's a sign of death. But
Okay.
then he said, but there are some interpreters of the dream, they have mentioned that if you fulfill the dream literally, i.e., if this marriage takes place literally, then there is a possibility of averting the death. So
Okay.
according to this plan, he spoke to one of his followers, Dr. Abdul Sattar. He said that you have a daughter, Adnan, she was 2.5 years old, Maryam.
Okay.
He said, how about if we arrange the marriage between Mubarak and Maryam? And the reason is we want to avoid the death.
Sure.
And because he was follower, he agreed.
Okay.
The marriage took place. On 30th of August, 1907. Marriage took place.
Interesting. Okay.
On 16th of September, 1907, Mubarak Ahmad died.
Okay.
Within
1 month.
2 weeks.
1 month within 2 weeks. Okay, he died.
Now,
Okay.
once Mubarak Ahmad died, now this was the thing I was saying before why you joined. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani had a habit to deal with his opponents. Whenever anything, any human calamity would strike any of his opponents, he would say, oh, you see, this is because you are opposing me. This is because you are opposing me. And the famous example is maybe you need to, inshallah, I might note this one because this is your field of history. There's only one mubahala, which Mirza Ghulam Qadiani has admitted that yes, mubahala took place between myself and Abdul Haq Ghaznavi Rahmatullahi alayh.
Okay.
This is the only one mubahala which Mirza Ghulam Qadiani participated, and it took place in Amritsar in 1893.
So Abdul Haq Ghaznavi, how was he related to the famous Abdullah Ghaznavi, Rahmatullah alayh?
They were same family. Okay. I don't know, but they were the same family.
Yeah,
exactly.
These were from the Ghaznavids who had moved to Amritsar.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Abdullah
Amritsar, yes.
And all of that famous family.
And they had a famous printing press where they were publishing books.
Exactly. That same family. Now, the mubahala took place in 1893.
Okay.
And Mirza Ghulam Qadiani's principle of mubahala was, as we all know, that if mubahala takes place between a prophet and other people, the liar will die in the lifetime of the truthful one.
True.
Now,
Yes.
in 1893, when the Mubahala took place, after that, whatever was happening to Abdullah Sahib, Mirza was saying, you see, this is the impact of my Mubahala. This is the impact of my Mubahala. Anything happening to him, any human calamity happening to him, oh, because of Mubahala. Right? So now,
Yes.
when this Mubarak Ahmad passed away, and by guess what? And by in April 1907, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani has made a prayer against him with Sanaullah Sahib. Akhri Faisla. In
Yes.
April 1907,
Mhm.
it was just few months before this calamity of Mubarak Ahmad was came. Now, people were going to let him taste his own medicines
Mm.
because he had having because of Mubahala, because of Mubahala. They said okay. They said because you have this your own Mubahala, your own prayer against or in with Sanaullah Sahib, and you see your child has passed away. This is the impact of that Mubahala. Because this was his own habit. He used to do this. Now,
Yes.
in this context, after the death of Mubarak Ahmad, in the context of people letting him taste his own medicine,
Yes.
he published a public announcement on 5th of November 1907.
Interesting.
Now,
Okay.
he says, why? I just
Mhm.
read a bit of it.
Mhm.
बाज कोताह अंदेश लोगों ने मेरे फर्जंद मुबारक अहमद की वफात पे खुशी जाहिर की है.
Mm.
He said that there are few unvoiced people. They
Yeah.
are very happy at the death of my son Mubarak Ahmad.
Mhm.
बल्कि दूसरे बाज अखबारों में भी बड़े जोर से इस वाक़े को जाहिर करके ये रंग चढ़ाया गया है कि गोया इनमें से किसी मुबाहला में फतहयाब होना इस बात से साबित होता है. He said that people are trying to say that because of the death of Mubarak Ahmad is actually a sign that my opponents have won against me in the mubahala. Like in this case, there were two things. Why in the context, Abdul Hakim Patialvi had made his prophecy already. Number two, Ishtihar Akhri Faisla. He's just not naming them, but these are the people in the context.
Yes.
Because
Like
Abdul, yeah,
Abdul Hakim Patialvi had made a prediction that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani will die within 14 months of July 1907,
excellent,
right?
excellent.
And the Akhri Faisla, April 1907, Mirza Ghulam
1907.
Ahmad Qadiani prayed to Allah that, oh Allah, kill the liar within the lifetime of the truthful one.
Yes.
Okay? And kill the liar by giving him diarrhea and sorry, what's the condition?
Plague or cholera.
Yes, cholera. Kill him by cholera. So yeah, these are the two, at least two
These,
warnings. Yeah.
exactly. These are the two famous people in the backdrop, and
Yes.
he's not naming them because Abdul Hakim Patialvi was saying that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is one-eyed Dajjal. Just
Mm.
imagine why he used to be his companion, but now he's saying in the newspaper that he's a one-eyed Dajjal. So
Mm.
Mirza Ghulam Qadiani was and these are the two things in the context. Sanaullah Akhir Faisla and Abdul Hakim Patialvi saying that you will die within 14 months. Now,
Mm.
in this condition, no, there is no such thing. वाजे हो कि मैंने किसी से ऐसा मुबाहला नहीं किया जिससे किसी दूसरे फरीक की औलाद को इस तरह पे मेयारे सिद्क को किस बनाया जाए. Why the question is, you are doing this all the time.
Two other
Abdullah,
people. Two other
exactly,
people. Yeah.
exactly. Abdullah Ghazali Rahmatullah alayhi, he did
Mm.
mubahla with Mirza Ghulam Qadiani Sahib, but he never said that something will happen to my family. But Mirza
Mm.
Ghulam Qadiani was interpreting everything about his family in the
Mm.
context of mubahla.
Mm.
So look at the double
Interesting.
standard. Why I give you one example at this point. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani was publishing the dreams about Muhammadi Begum.
Mm.
He was seeing Muhammadi Begum naked. He
Yeah.
was hugging Muhammadi Begum in the dreams, etc.,
Mm.
etc. Unfortunately, all of these things we have to mention. But guess what, bhai? There was a person with the name Jafar Zatali.
Mm.
Jafar Zatali started to publish the dreams about him and Ustad Jahan Begum.
Mm.
And this is what stopped Mirza Ghulam Qadiani from the dream publishing.
Interesting. So Mirza Sahib was publishing his dreams about a young girl that he was having these dreams of sexual nature about Muhammadi Begum, and there was something to do with shalwar as well,
Yeah.
the undergarment and all that. We don't want to go into the details, they're very disgusting, right? So Mirza was publishing his dreams about a lady who was already married by this time, right? She was already married to Mirza Sultan Beg, or she was just about to be married, right? So if he is doing this about a person who is not related to him, a female, when someone else starts doing this about his own wife and starts humiliating her in public, then he got the taste of his own medicine and he stopped
Exactly.
publishing. Yes.
Exactly. Because after that, he was screaming, oh, they're doing this to my family. Hang on a second. You are doing this to other people's family all the
Yeah.
time. So this
Sounds
was just, yeah,
sounds
yeah.
very much like Razi to me, you know. Okay.
So this was just to give people this context that when people were attributing or they were linking the death of Mubarak Ahmad with the Mubahala and the things happening between him and Abdul Hakim Patyalvi, etc., this was not their own invention. This was letting Mirza Ghulam Qadiani taste his own medicine. That's it.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Now, let's inshallah move on. In the same ishtihar, by the way, this was page number 461. Now we are reading something from 462. Why look at this one. मेरा लड़का मुबारक अहमद नाबालिग था और अभी 9 बरस की उम्र को नहीं पहुंचा था जब वो फौत हो गया. He was 8 years and few months. और खुदा ने इस भाई दिस इज द की पॉइंट नाउ, खुदा ने इसकी वफात से कई बरस पहले now why he died at the age of 8. Now if it was कई बरस पहले, at least 2 to 3 years.
Yes.
Right? Okay. कई बरस पहले 2 मरतबा इसकी निस्बत खबर दी कि अभी वो बालिग नहीं होगा जो फौत हो जाएगा. Now why you need to join the dots here. What was Mirza Ghulam Qadiani doing? And we have shown the reference. Ahmadi Jamaat is telling us that the only reason the marriage was taking place, they wanted to avert the death. And now Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, after the death, he's saying, Allah has already informed me multiple times, and I have already announced that this child was not going to survive. Now, inshallah, before you come in with your comment, let me just quote a couple of more things here. Then he says, और मेरी निस्बत ये फरमाया था कि वो दिन तल्ख जिंदगी के होंगे. He said that when Allah was informing me about the death of Mubarak Ahmad, he also mentioned that those will be the bitter days of my life. They will be, तल्ख होंगे. Okay. भाई one more. इलावा इसके और कई इल्हाम थे. भाई कई इल्हाम थे. इलावा इसके कई इल्हाम थे. He said, beside this, there were many revelations. जिनमें, भाई look at the word, बसराहत, इस लड़के के मरने की खबर दी गई थी. He said, beside those two news, I was given implicit, clear, unambiguous news.
No. Explicit.
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 I was given explicit news that this child was going to die.
Categorical.
भाई और सिर्फ यही नहीं था. भाई look at, सिर्फ यही नहीं था कि जुबानी अपनी जमात को ये पेशनगोइयां बतलाई गई, बल्कि ये पेशनगोइयां इस वाक़े से कई साल पहले अखबार बदर और अल हकम में शाया कर दी गई, जिसका खुलासा मजमून यही था कि मुबारक अहमद कबल इसके जो बुलूग की उम्र को पहुंचे फौत हो जाएगा. He says that it's not that I have just mentioned verbally. He said, I have published these prophecies already that Mubarak Ahmad is not going to survive. And one more time, खुदा से इल्हाम पाकर सरी तौर पे पेशनगोई में शाया किया. He said, I received revelation from God and the prophecy was published, सरी, clear, open, explicit, कि कबल अज बलूगत वफात पाने वाला मुबारक अहमद है. One more time, और साफ और खुले लफ्जों में. Why look at the word, बसराहत, सरी, साफ और खुले लफ्जों. Why is there anything left here that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is claiming that it was absolutely clear, without shadow of a doubt? It was his God's revelation that Mubarak Ahmad is not going to survive.
Yes. Before adulthood.
Before adult. Now, खुदा ने, one more time, खुदा ने खुले तौर पे, by the same इश्तिहार, खुदा ने खुले तौर पे खबर दी थी कि मुबारक अहमद बलूग की उम्र तक नहीं पहुंचेगा और खुद साली में ही फौत हो जाएगा. He said that it was told to me by God in clear words,
in open terms,
that Mubarak Ahmad is not going to reach the age of adulthood and he will die as a minor. अब कोई ईमानदार सोचे क्या ये किसी एतराज की जगह थी, बल्कि ये मौत तो पहले ही मुकर्रर हो चुकी थी और अखबारों में शाया हो चुकी थी. He said this news had already been published. Why? Because it was destined. Mukarrar ho, it was destined by God already. Now, why there's more to come, but this is the one point I want you by to give us your comments. That on the one hand, they are organizing that child marriage, and they are admitting that the Maryam became widow at the age of 2.5 years old. She became widow, and they're doing all of that to save Mubarak Ahmad. And after Mubarak Ahmad is died, now he's saying all of that. But how would you reconcile these two? Let's see your expertise.
There is no reconciliation between the two. Number one, they are doing something. Basically, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, by getting two children married to each other, one is 8 years old and one is 2.5 years old, or 2 years old, let's say, right? He is getting the two of them married for one purpose only, that is to save the child's life. And then he has claimed in this ishtihar that openly, explicitly, categorically, absolutely, amazingly, what you have to note, everyone listening and watching, that in this ishtihar, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani used different terms to describe the clarity of the prophecy. So it's not vague. What is he trying to convey to the readers? That there was no ambiguity, no ambiguity, there was no lack of clarity, there was no doubt about the fact that Mubarak Ahmad will die before adulthood. And Allah had said that to him through ilham, through revelation. Allah had sent down revelation to him in clear, absolute, categorical, open language, open terms, that there is no doubt left that Mubarak Ahmad will die before adulthood. So Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani is telling us he was very clear on this years before Mubarak Ahmad was born. Years before he was born. And if that's the case, then Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani did not believe his own ilham himself. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani did not believe his own ilham, his own revelations that were coming to him. Because if he did believe these revelations that came to him years before Mubarak Ahmad was born, he would never get these two children married. He would be preparing for the funeral. He would be preparing for the death of the child. He would be telling his family the child is going to die. Why try saving his life and getting someone else, little girl, married to him to save him, when the prophecy about his death, which came through revelation, is categorically, absolutely, explicitly, openly clear. I use the terms Mirza himself used in the ishtihar, in his advertisement. So those Ahmadis, Qadianis who are listening right now, you want us to accept this religion? You want us to accept Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani as a prophet of God? And if we don't, you condemn us as disbelievers, as people who are not upon true Islam, as people who deliberately reject a prophet of God. Have some shame and bring yourselves to this stream and explain to us, how do we reconcile this? What technology, what science will you apply to reconcile this? On the one hand, he is receiving revelation in clear, absolute, explicit terms, telling him this boy, this child will die before adulthood. Okay? And then, on the other hand, he's trying to save his life by getting him married to a girl who's 2.5, which is futile, which is useless, because he's going to die. Either Allah is lying, either Mirza did not believe these revelations. He did not believe Allah. When Allah told him this boy will die before adulthood, Mirza did not believe Allah. Mirza did not believe Allah. Imagine a prophet of God receiving revelation from Allah, or let's say a Messiah, the promised Messiah, receiving ilham from Allah, directly telling him specifically that this will happen. And he tries to change that. He tries to change that destiny. He tries to change that. How would that change if Allah has already declared his destiny? Allahu Akbar. Anyone with two brain cells, you can make easy calculations and right now reject Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. Right now. Yes, someone said it's ijtihadi galti. Hello? Ijtihadi galti is when things are not clear.
Yeah.
Things are not clear. Mirza is writing साफ साफ, सरीह, खुले खुले, right? साफ और खुले लफ्जों में. Okay, look at this. बिसराहत, साफ और खुले लफ्जों में, सरी तौर पर, and go forward, खुले खुले तौर पर. These are the words of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. Clear, categorical, absolute, no doubt. Where is the ijtihad here? Where is the ijtihad when Allah's revelation is clear that this boy will die before adulthood? There is no room for an ijtihadi ghalti because the words are so clear that this boy will die. Why save him? Why try to save him and do these stunts and get? And all, on top of that, Mirza is guilty of child marriage. Both are before, they haven't reached adulthood, right? And amazingly, Qadianis attack Muslims for believing that Aisha radiallahu anha was married to the Prophet at a young age. They have an audacity. This is another issue that we can address. Okay, but sticking to the point for now. Okay, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani was a false prophet just by looking at this example. Wallahi, just by looking at this one example, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani is a false prophet. Okay, unless some Murabbi can come and save us from hellfire.
Yeah.
Murabbi Sahab, Murabbiyan, Ya Murabbiyan, Ya Ayyuhal Murabbiyan, where are you? There are people, not only myself and Imtiaz by your standard, we are heading to hellfire. And there are hundreds and thousands of people watching this. Okay, why don't you save them? Why would you be so selfish and reckless that you fear your Khalifa, your illiterate Khalifa, and you're not trying to save us from Jahannam? If you really care about us and people listening to us, you would come here and explain to us how we can reconcile these two things.
MashaAllah, Adnan bhai, this is the reason people want you to be, MashaAllah, the part of this, these comments, because there are many areas by, I swear by Allah that there are many areas which will be left, you can say, uncovered if you are not here. May Allah bless you and reward you by inshallah, because we have to move because the lie is not ending here. My deception is not ending here. So I just want to inshallah supplement what you said with 4 points. By 4 points, basically you have covered all of them. I just want to supplement them inshallah with my 2 cents. My point number 1 is, according to Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, the God of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is saying that Mubarak Ahmad is not going to survive. On the other hand, the random unknown people are saying, let's have the marriage. There's a possibility. At the end of the day, who did Mirza Ghulam Qadiani listen to? To the random people or to Allah?
Some random Joe blogs.
Random Joe blogs. That's the first point. People need to not lose sight of this point. That according to Mirza Ghulam Qadiani's own confessional statement, his God is saying Mubarak Ahmad will never ever survive. Never.
Imtiaz bhai, if the prophecy was so clear, explicit, absolute, and categorical, as Mirza himself in different words emphasized this point to the extent that no one can come and say, no, you know what, he meant something else. It's very clear. If Mirza was so clear on this prophecy that came to him by revelation from Allah, he would have told these random people, sorry, game is over, Mubarak Ahmad will die. Sorry, your dreams can only mean one thing, that Mubarak Ahmad will die, he will not survive. Okay, but Mirza tried something different. Having understood this prophecy so clearly, he tried something different. Continue with your points here, Imtiaz bhai. Sorry.
So basically, look at this one. After the death of Mubarak Ahmad, look at the audacity of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. He said, it is my sign that I have foretold the death of Mubarak Ahmad. So basically, by what we are learning here is, there is no way to disprove Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. If Mubarak Ahmad would survive, Mirza won. If Mubarak Ahmad would die, Mirza won.
No doubt. Okay.
Look at the irony. This is the case with every single prophecy. Why Uksim Billah? Why Sanaullah Sahib Rahmatullah alayhi. He said, Mirza Sahib, aapki ek mission koi bhi sachi nahi nikli. And then Mirza Ghulam Qadiani was screaming in his book Ijaz Ahmadi. He said, Sanaullah ne kaha hai ki meri koi mission sachi nahi hai. That's the truth. Why look at this one? Look at the irony, and we want to come think people about this one. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said Abdullah Atham will die within 50 months, and that
Hmm.
will be my sign. But look at this
Hmm.
one. If Abdullah Atham died, Mirza won. If he did not die, Mirza won. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said Sultan Beg will die, the husband. Okay, if he will die, Mirza won. If he doesn't, he still won. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said in 1906 and 1907 that unprecedented earthquake will come in India in my lifetime. If it would happen, he will win. If it doesn't happen, he will still win. But the question we want to ask this Ahmadis is there a way to disprove Mirza Ghulam Qadiani?
No.
What is the criteria?
To Qadianis, it is absolutely impossible to disprove Mirza because they are insincere. Any sincere Qadiani or Ahmadi listening right now would not believe in this person for even a minute. Wallahi, today, even today, I was working on something and a thought came to my mind, Imtiaz bhai.
Gigi.
And I noticed that Qadianis, Ahmadis, generally, I'm not saying everyone, generally don't want to know the truth. They don't care about the truth. They don't, because they have blocked their minds. They have blocked their minds to any penetration of truth into their minds. They don't want to know. You can bring the sun down to them, okay, and they will say, we cannot see it. You can bring it in front of them and show it to them. They will say, we cannot see it. People like this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, A'udhu billahi min shaitanir rajim, summum, bukmun, umyun, fahum la yarji'un. Okay, they are deaf, dumb, and blind, and they will not return. Fahum la yarji'un. They will not return. Okay, they will not believe. And I'm not saying all Ahmadis. Of course, there are many sincere Ahmadis who Allah guides back to Islam. There are many, many noble people who are destined for Jannah. But there are some people who are destined to be in hellfire because they reject the truth. Ibn al-Qayyim, al-Jawziyah, rahmatullah alayhi, he said the sign of a dead heart is when truth is presented to it, it rejects it. It rejects it. Okay? So, look, this is black and white. What we are showing you is black, and there is no room for any gymnastics left. That's why Murabbis are absent. Murabbis are absent because they cannot come to our stream and have a conversation. They don't want that. They want monologues. They want us to sit on their streams and listen to their bakwas, listen to their boring, long Christian style preaching. You know, like a Christian pastor, when they start preaching, you get bored because you know this is all false. These are all fairy tales. This is all Harry Potter. Harry Potter is actually more entertaining than watching the movie, than listening to some Christian pastor preaching from the Gospels. Just like that, these Murabbis, they have no strength in their words. It doesn't hit your heart. Their words are powerless. Their words are empty because they are lies. They are all lying. They know deep inside that what they're defending is indefensible. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani cannot be defended. Over to you, Imtiaz bhai.
Jazakallah, bhai.
But I want to just because a very relevant thing, I want to
Gigi.
share one incident that happened. So Bashir, me, myself, and Umar were doing a TikTok stream, and we were discussing like we were doing da'wah. And a person shows up, and he claims to be like he did not mention, but we saw it in his profile. He was the great grandson of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. Bashir actually lineage checked him, mashallah. Bashir, brother professor, he checked whose son are you? Okay, what's your and he actually Bashir checked him that he's actual descendant of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. So we asked him, what is your proof of prophet? He said prophecies. So now we're giving him one prophecy after another after another. And at one point I just stopped because he was doing ta'wil of everything. I said, can a prophecy of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad be ever wrong? He said no. He said if it comes true on the apparent, we'll take it. If it does not come true on the apparent, we'll do ta'wil. I was like, why are you making me do this exercise when you've already decided that if A happens, he wins, and if B happens, he wins? Why are we having this exercise?
Ahmed, there are a few things that they cannot possibly do ta'wil. For example, something like this that we presented. There's no ta'wil here. To any normal human being, there's no ta'wil here. Or the issue of Abdul Hakim Patialvi, where Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani spoke from Allah. He said, Allah told me. Allah told me. Forget Patialvi. Patialvi is not relevant now. Patialvi would only be relevant when two fallible human beings are talking to each other. But now human beings are out. Allah has spoken that I will prolong your life, and what your enemies are saying about you, that you will die from July 1907, within 14 months, they will all be liars, and I will make myself known that I am your Lord. I am your God. And that doesn't happen. Mirza's God gets proven wrong. Mirza gets proven wrong. There's no tawi. Ask, because the game they play is Patyalvi changed the date, Patyalvi made Toba. I am saying to them, forget Patyalvi. What about what Allah said? What about what did Allah know what Patyalvi will do? Did Allah know that Mirza will die on the 26th of May 1908? Did Allah know this? Did Allah know this or no? They say Allah knew this. If Allah knew this, why did Allah humiliate Mirza by telling him a lie? That I will prolong your life. I will prolong your life. From more than 14 months, from July 1907. Allah lied. Allah lied categorically. A'udhu billah, thumma a'udhu billah, naqal kufr, kufr nabasha. That's what these people are claiming. Okay, knowing them, a'udhu billah, they will cut this clip and they say Adnan Rashid is saying Allah lied.
You know, why? Obviously, we don't make prophecies on the basis of ilham. We make prophecies on the basis of a human judgment. Why one video is coming? I want my reward from Allah. And the video is coming by, look at this one. You remember you just mentioned a few minutes ago that these Ahmadi Qadianis, even if anything comes from the heavens, they're not going to believe. This, my prophecy is, you remember why you mentioned once that even if Mirza Ghulam Qadiani was an angel, even if he would descend from the heaven with a wide robe, with the noor, etc., would still say he's a liar. This person would say, Adnan Rashid, you yourself have the same principle.
Why am I saying this? They don't want to listen to that. Why am I saying this? Because Quran has said, Deen is complete. The Quran has said, Muhammad Rasulullah is Khatamul Anbiya. Okay? And Khatimul Anbiya. Khatamul Nabiyeen and Khatimin Nabiyeen. Both readings are there. Okay? And then in the hadith, the Prophet said, there is a house which is missing one brick and I'm that missing brick. La Nabiya Ba'di. There is no prophet after me. If there was a prophet after me, it would have been Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anh. Oh, Ali, you are like to me, Harun was to Musa, but there is no prophet after me. What do you want us to do with these statements? Over this man, the man, we just showed you his writings. Look to my left. Okay, you can see these writings. We showed you. You want us to believe in him? You want us to leave the Quran? You want us to leave the ijma' of the ummah? You want us to leave the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ? You want us to leave all the ulama of Islam? And you want us to follow Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani? The man cannot be consistent even in a paragraph, let alone in his books. He can't even be consistent in a paragraph. His so-called prophecies are a pack of lies and humiliation. Allah basically humiliated him. If Allah was with him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala humiliated him like no other human being in the history of humanity. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, he said anyone who claims to be a prophet is either asdaqul asdiqa or asdaqul siddiqeen or sadiqeen, asdaqul sadiqeen or akdhabul kadhibeen. Okay, he's either the most truthful person to walk the planet because he's a Nabi. He's a Nabi. He's from Allah, or he's the greatest liar. And Mirza Sahib said, कि झूठे के कलाम में तनाकुस पाया जाता है. A liar has contradictions in his kalam, in his words. We just showed you one here. Mirza is trying to get his son married to a child so that he can save his life, and then he says, no. This was very categorically, clearly, openly told by Allah that he will not survive. What games are you playing? Reconcile it. Save me and Imtiaz bhai and all the other brothers here. Save us. Murabiyan, bahar niklo apne gharon se. Come outside. Time to save people. If you are failing to save us, if you're not answering our questions, then you don't care about us. You don't care about all these people listening to us.
But by please don't quote them to Mirza Ghulam Qadiani by saying, जाहिलों के सामने तो बहुत लाफ गजाफ मारते हैं, जब कोई गिरे बाण से पकड़ के हवाला मांगे तो वहीं घुस जाते हैं जहां से निकले थे.
अच्छा, अब कहाँ घुस गए बताएं हमें मुरब्बी. बकौल मिर्जा साहब का.
This is the language of their literature. Look at the language of the literature. This is their language, people.
Yeah, absolutely.
मैदान में निकलना किसी मुखन्नस का काम नहीं. Who said this?
मिर्जा गुलाम अहमद कादियानी साहब. तो अभी जो मैदान में नहीं निकल रहे वो मुखन्नस हैं और कहाँ घुस गए ये मेरे बकौल मिर्जा साहब के.
Tactic number 2 activated. You are using bad language and you are hurting our feelings. Actually, you don't know what is happening in Pakistan.
We are actually quoting their sources. We are actually quoting the Prophet and his progeny, right? They are the ones who use this language. Okay, so where are you guys? Where are you?
But Imtiaz, can we test if I'm understanding this correctly? You asked me to take notes. So in part one, we said Mirza Ghulam Ahmad was either assuming that the death of Mubarak Ahmad can be averted, or he was pure evil because there was no possibility of survival, but he still wanted to go ahead with the marriage. That is point one. Point two, to take note of, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad was acting upon the dreams of random people, not his own ilham, just random people saying that they saw that Mubarak Ahmad was getting married. Now in
Yes.
part two, we said, according to a 1907 April public announcement, Mirza said that if I'm a liar, either strike me with plague or something. And he used same events of people dying, children dying against his opponents.
Yes.
And the child died on 16th of September 1907. In 15th of November, okay, Brother Imtiaz wanted to reiterate that how important this Mubarak Ahmad is that he's a Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, according to Ahmadiyya sources, had very special, intense love for Mubarak Ahmad. So him dying would actually fulfill the same criteria of what Mirza was applying on his opponents. Now, this is the shocker, Brother Imtiaz. You're telling us, according to Mirza, according to his ilham, it was clear years before Mubarak Ahmad was born that Mubarak Ahmad will not survive. He will not reach adulthood. He will die a minor. So according to Mirza Ghulam Ahmad himself, years before that, years before these events happened, years before people started having dreams, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad already received ilham. His god Yalash told him that this young boy, Mubarak Ahmad, will not survive into adulthood. Then the event started. Now you bear that in mind. Now ask yourself, why is Mirza Ghulam Ahmad organizing this child marriage when he knows clearly that he's not going to survive? His death cannot be averted. Think about this. Did Mirza Ghulam Ahmad had any faith in his god Yalash or not? This is what Brother Adnan pointed out, that he had no faith in
Yeah,
his own god.
Jazakallah. Inshallah, Jazakallah, Umar bhai. Adnan bhai, I should just go to inshallah my 4 points very quick if you allow me. Is it okay, bhai?
Please.
Jazakallah. So my first point was, on the one hand, God of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is telling him in black and white, in categorical, no ambiguous term, Mubarak Ahmad will die. That's one party, God of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. On the other hand, random people having dreams. So we have seen that in reality, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani did not listen to his God. He ended up listening to random people's dream. That is one point you must focus on. Secondly, by look at this one. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is telling us that I published a sign of a miracle of mine that this son will die. Now, by look at this one. Obviously, he is publishing his sign of prophecy that this son will die. On the other hand, he is trying to fail his prophecy by this marriage.
Absolutely. Yeah. So he's trying to basically prove his prophecy false by his own actions. He
Yes.
knows this. He knows this prophecy is from Allah. Allah revealed it very clearly.
Yeah.
It will happen, but then he's trying to falsify it by himself.
Exactly. And the reason was because, as we discussed already, there is no way for any other person to falsify the prophecy. He wanted to get the job done by himself.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, by point number 3. There are by only two possibilities. That there was a possibility that this marriage can save Mubarak Ahmad. That is one option. That there's possibility that this marriage can save the death. And other is that this marriage cannot save the death. Now the point is, according to the first point in which he said God has told him in black and white that this death is unavoidable. It cannot be averted. It is going to happen no matter what. Then the point is, why did he ruin the life of that child, Maryam, 2.5-year-old child? Because that's only child abuse. Because he was absolute. If we want him to believe in his revelation, then he must be absolutely certain that death is unavoidable. And yet he is having this marriage. Then it means that he was ruining the life of that child. What else you can say?
And he gave her the title of a widow to live with for the rest of her life at a
Exactly.
very young age, 2.5. It's a toddler. A child this age is still in nappies, and you are abusing that child by getting her married to your who is also a minor, a juvenile, getting her married to him, and you're leaving her with this scar for the rest of her life. This is trauma. When she grows up and she will hear this. And what about people who will get married to her? You know, that you could not undo Allah's prophecy. What kind of child are you? Huh?
Mm.
What kind of manhus child are you? Unfortunate child that our prophet tried to undo his own prophecy with you and it failed. So you are manhus, right? I mean, there are so many angles. There are so many angles one can look at. That this is a very truly unfortunate bond that Mirza Sahib was trying to attempt something. He was trying to save his son's life by getting, and this girl proved to be a bad omen, as they say, for the son,
Yeah.
for the child.
Yeah.
Okay. So all these angles, they are so disturbing. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Bashir Bhai is asking, did the two kids sleep together?
Why we have from their own sources, they testify that Maryam was moved to the house of Mubarak Ahmad. This much we
oh
know.
my God,
This
unbelievable.
much we know. Rest we
So,
cannot
so,
say anything. This much we know.
so Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani is not only guilty of getting two juveniles married to each other, he even tried to get them to do some sort of
We
consummation.
know. Look, why we have
No,
to.
moving in our Asian, Pakistani, Indian culture, moving means that's it. Rukhsati means consummation.
ये रुखसती हो गई थी.
What is the word? What is the word in the sources? What is the word?
Inshallah, after this, I can quote from Siratul Mahdi, but they have confirmed that she was
moved
to the house.
Yes, that's it.
This is
So
confirmed.
this is crime upon crime, crime upon crime. To do what? To stop Allah's destiny, Allah's qadr, fighting Allah's qadr.
To disprove his own sign.
Yeah, or to express his disbelief. He doesn't believe in Allah.
No.
He doesn't believe Allah. Allah has told him clearly, categorically, explicitly, openly, no. I will still try to save my son. Allah, I will show you I'm stronger than you.
Yeah.
This is the game.
Yeah.
So come on.
By the point is, let's say, I'll put it in more concise terms. If there was a possibility that Mubarak Ahmad may not die, in this case, Ilham was false.
Yeah.
And if there was no possibility that Mubarak will not die, then the marriage was zulm.
Marriage was zulm, and Mirza is a disbeliever in Allah.
Disbeliever. So which one they want to pick, or tell us the third option?
Either Mirza is a false prophet, a liar, and his ilhams did not come, he was lying on Allah, or he did not believe these ilhams. Which one is it?
Yeah. Because if there was a possibility of child surviving, then Ilham was false. If there was no possibility of child surviving, then Mirza was committing zulm.
So what he would have done if Mubarak Ahmad survived, he would have claimed, you see, these dreams are my miracle.
Yeah.
These dreams are my miracles. My son survived. Now, because he died, he wanted to cash that opportunity and claim openly, categorically, explicitly, in clear words, Allah told me that he will die before adulthood. Then what were you doing? What were you doing? If you knew all this, what were you doing? Because it was so clear. It was so clear. At least in 5 or 6 places in this ishtihar alone, he used different terms to explain how clear it was.
Exactly.
Imtiaz, I've got a question regarding this. So
जी.
this very statement in front of us, it says कि पहले से मुकर्रर हो चुकी थी और अखबारों में भी शाया हो चुकी थी. Do we have any proof that any of these prophecies were ever published before? Because he's saying
But everything used to be, for example, I give you example, Adnan bhai, Ahmad bhai, Mirza said that 2 bakriyan zabah hongi. This was a revelation. 2 bakriyan zabah hongi. Now it is very ambiguous. Okay, what will exactly happen? So then he will interpret the things, he will back project the things after the event. Say, for example, once he said that 2 bakriyon ka matlab hai Sultan Beg, Ahmad Beg. But we know Sultan Beg did not die. And then he said, no. 2 bakriyan mean 2 of my companions, Abdul Rahman and Abdul Latif, who were killed in Afghanistan. So Ahmad bhai, there was no such prophecy in which that the Mubarak Ahmad will necessarily, clearly die. He was making very vague, generic statement which can be, for example, classic example, look at this one. 2 people came to Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. They said that, can you make dua for us? We are sick. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, after making the quote-unquote dua, he said that I have made the dua. I have been told one of you will be recovered. Now, no, nothing is clear. Okay.
Very clever. You know, he was an evil genius. He would deliberately make vague prophecies so that any result can be claimed.
Yes.
Any result can be claimed. Whatever,
Yes.
no matter what happens, he will claim that my prophecy is fulfilled.
Exactly.
This is what you call a top grade liar. A top grade liar who lies in a way that it is difficult to catch him. But guess what? Allah made him make blunders. Allah
Yes.
made him make blunders so that his lies are so clear that no gullible person, even a gullible person, cannot deny this. Like the
Yes.
example of Sanaullah Amrit Sari Rahmatullah Alayh, Akhri Ishtahar, and Abdul
Yes.
Hakim Patialvi, and many more, many
Yes.
more, many more. But these two are my favorites. These
Yes.
two are my very favorites because there is no way you can get out of these ones.
Yes.
If you have two brain cells and you have little sincerity, you cannot get out of this one. You cannot get out of this one. No way.
And
Absolutely.
again, to be specific to your question, he was publishing that Allah has informed me. Now, but look at this one. There are only two possibilities about every human being. Either he will live long or he will die. Right?
Yes.
He said
Yes.
Allah has informed me that this child, either he will live long or he will die.
It's like saying Allah has informed me that this guy will eat food. Okay.
Or
But
not.
Huh?
and Nan bhai, look
Or
at this one.
not.
Nan bhai, obviously, Nan bhai, when it is 29th of the month of Shaban, as we know that, sorry, the month of Ramadan, when it is 29th of the Ramadan, Nan bhai, there are two possibilities. Either Eid will be tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Yes.
So Mirza Ghulam Qadiani received a revelation. Eid ya to kal hogi ya parsu.
Zabardast, kya baat hai, itni zabardast prophecy. So you see, this is it. This is it. So he would give dual meanings to his own words deliberately, or he would leave
No,
room.
why not dual meaning? No.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
he will cover all the possible options.
Yes, yes. He would find any route, any exit route. Okay, but he left few things that even he could not manipulate, and his
Yes.
followers could not manipulate. To this day, you remember Imtiaz bhai when these three Murabbis were sitting in their studio, and I was there in Canada, and I joined the stream, and I asked them one question. These three qualified, bona fide Murabbis, educated for years how to defend their batil, okay, and their falsehood. I asked them one simple question: how can a true prophet of God make a dua and it backfires on him? It backfires on him. Oh, Amrit Sari was a liar. Amrit Sari was okay. Amrit Sari was not a prophet. Amrit Sari was a liar to you. Rahmatullah alayh. He was a liar to you. How about Mirza Sahib? He was a prophet, wasn't he? And how can a prophet pray, make dua to Allah and it backfires on him, especially against his enemies? And what we know that any time, without an exception, when a prophet prayed against his enemies, they were destroyed. They were destroyed without an exception. They were destroyed. Okay. So this you cannot show us another example. You
So
can play
Ahmed bhai,
games. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry. So Ahmed bhai, the answer to your question is Eid ya to kal hogi ya parsu.
Yeah. अब या कल मनाओ या परसों
Ahmed,
मनाओ.
Ahmed, are you happy with the answer?
Yeah, no, I totally get it now. So this is the thing, because after the fact, the way he would write it is like to deceive the people who don't know the history. For example, would think that no, there was some kind of definitive ishtihar or a definitive thing he has said. But obviously, he's back engineering everything, and this is not just this. It is in everything, Subhanallah. You can find many times when he says that I got ilham, this, that, everything. You can figure out that it's some sort of back engineering happening now.
So now these Murabbis are watching this stream. We know this, they're watching, and they're taking notes, and they are probably biting their nails and sweating at the same time. Mard bano, as they say, grow some courage and come and face us, or tell us why we are manipulating your faith, why we are doing injustice to you, not giving the context. Come and tell us. We're inviting you. It's open. We'll give you equal time to explain, reconcile this for us.
And Adnan bhai,
Yeah.
look at the circular reasoning. Look at this, bhai. This was the tactic Mirza. It can summarize the entire, you can say, career of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. Look at this, bhai. He said that I'm a prophet. People said, okay, what's the proof? He said, my prophecies. But people said they are failed. He said, so what? Same with the other prophets. But you are going to prove yourself a prophet through prophecies. And now you are claiming to be a prophet for the failed prophecies.
And you're now claiming that other prophets were also false.
All the why? This is the reason Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said, "Agar main jhoota hoon, Islam bhi jhutha hai. Astaghfirullah. He said, if I'm a liar, then Islam is a lie.
That's why Qadianis, many of them, when they leave Islam, they don't come back to Islam. When they leave Qadianism, they don't come back to Islam. They go to Kufr. They go to agnosticism and atheism because of this bakwas. So Mirza basically said exactly what Bashar al-Assad he said about Syria. He said either Bashar or we will burn the country. Okay, and now Mirza is saying either me or there is no Islam.
Yes.
Basically,
Exactly.
yeah. So basically, he was a real kafir. He was a real Dajjal kafir who actually not only made these false claims, he took the iman of thousands of people with him.
Yes.
Okay, and he's burning in hellfire.
Now, inshallah, my last 2 points, my second last point is that there's one exit. Because after dealing with them for more than 2 years or less than 2 years now, we can read their mind, alhamdulillah. By the tactic is, you know what? If somebody is sick, no matter what, you have to use all means to save that life. So this was one of the means Mirza Ghulam Qadiani must use to save somebody's life. Yes, Nan, by your response.
My response to this is that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani should save his son's life, but when he knows that he will not survive until adulthood, he would have said to his followers, look, I know he will die because I believe in Allah. I believe in Allah's revelation. I know he will die, but I want to prolong his life for as long as I can before he becomes an adult, because he will not survive up to adulthood, because it's very clear, as we have seen on the screen, you can see it, that जो खुदा ने खुले खुले तौर पर खबर दी कि मुबारक अहमद बलूग की उम्र तक नहीं पहुंचेगा, so he will never become an adult. Absolutely never, categorically, absolutely, he will never become an adult. So let me try to prolong his life as much as I can, right? Okay, he could say that and he would clarify, but try to save his life so that he grows into adulthood, this is out of the question for someone who believes in this prophecy. For someone who believes that this is from Allah, it's out of the question. So getting Mubarak Ahmad married to a girl who is 2.5, okay, would not save his life. Mirza knew. If Mirza knew, then he is deliberately fighting Allah. Okay, unless he clarified. If he clarified, show it to us. Show it to us. This is the response of Imtiaz way. Unless you have something
No,
else.
that's good. Why? That's good. That's more than good. Actually.
So he should have clarified. Yeah.
I would just add one point here that show us from Quran and Sunnah that this is one of the way of treating the sick people. Obviously, you can use all sort of medicine, no matter how disappointed you are. It's absolutely not only permissible, it is obligation to use the medication. Use the ruqya. You do whatever you can do. But how can you ruin someone's life? You need to tell us that where was this method of treatment? How would you justify this method of treatment? And
Plus,
if Mirza Ghulam, and why? This is the point. Why? If Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, being a prophet, he is using this treatment, that it is a sunnah for all Ahmadis. Why they are not using this?
Do it. Karke dikhao.
Karke dikhao.
And also, Imtiaz bhai, did Mirza claim that he has healing powers that no one else has been given in human history before? Okay, and he also had Zat Jame Ishq. No, he also had the Majun Zat Jame Ishq. Okay, chalo, theek hai, wo that's something else. But he had the healing powers no one else was given in human history before. In other words, Isa alayhi salam touching the dead and bringing that dead to life. Isa alayhi salam healing the blind and the leper by just a touch. Okay, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani is stronger than that, as he claimed. Okay, as he himself claimed that he has the healing powers that no one else has been given. So why didn't Mirza use his healing powers to cure his son instead of doing this stunt of child marriage? Why did Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani ruin another child's life by linking that child to his dead son? This is a dead boy walking.
Yeah.
This is a dead boy walking, right?
Yes.
And Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani knew that he will die. So why did he do that zulm? Knowing well that this child will die, within no time he will die. He's already 8. And a boy easily reaches puberty by 10, 11, 12, right? So he will die before that. Why do this? Why do this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And why not heal your child?
Mhm.
Instead of giving your child another child to your son who's already dead person walking, why don't you heal him if you want him to be saved? Okay.
So Adnan
So
bhai, basically Adnan bhai, because this is one possible cover up they're gonna come up with, that look, you have to try everything to save a life, and
no, you
that's
don't.
so basically by the problem, as you pointed out, they are unsolvable problem with this treatment. And like I added with that one, that number one, where is this treatment found, that you can have this treatment as well, that if somebody's child is about to die, get him married. Show us from anywhere
I
from.
think Imtiaz bhai, they might come back with a response saying, where is the example like Ibrahim trying to slaughter his son? Okay, so because this is a prophet, he can do incredible things. This is the game they will play. They'll
But
come
you know
back
why?
with incredible.
But,
Yeah,
but by the problem is, I agree that they can come up, they can get their hand on anything possibly
yeah,
can.
yeah. These are very
Yeah,
insincere
but
people. Yes,
that's good you mentioned this. I like that. But the problem is, it was a command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Ibrahim alayhi salam, that slaughter your son. Allah was going to test, and Allah was going to
not your son,
test.
the most beloved thing to you. Sacrifice it. Yes,
Exactly.
yes,
And so this was a command of Allah. So if they want
yes.
to use this technique, they have to show us that marriage was a command from Allah, because it will be contradictory. Allah allegedly God is saying he will die, and now God is saying, no, you get him married, he may survive. So which one?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
And secondly, why?
Abs-
How can a claimant of a prophethood use a treatment which is going to falsify his prophethood?
yes, absolutely,
Because this
absolutely.
was because this was equivalent to disbelief in his revelation, this treatment.
Yes, and also when they say that you must try to save a life, you must try to save a life. Okay, regardless. Okay, so we can give many examples. We can give many examples. For example, when in the Quran, Khizr alayhi salam killed the child. Okay, Musa alayhi salam didn't like it. Okay,
Yes.
but because Musa knew Khizr's authority, okay, he did not intervene. He did not intervene. While in another example about Musa alayhi salam, what did he do about the person being oppressed? He intervened.
Hmm.
He physically intervened. Why did Musa, the same person, not intervene when Khidr was allegedly, apparently doing something so controversial? Right? Because he knew who Khidr is. He knew Allah has sent him to Khidr. Okay? So this is an example where prophets of Allah behave in a certain way because they know what Allah has commanded them and they understand it. In Mirza's case, Mirza is completely confused. Mirza doesn't know what Allah said. If he knows what Allah said, then he doesn't believe in it, because he
Yeah.
believed in it, he wouldn't try to undo it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wouldn't try to undo it. So this is one of the examples I can give from the Quran about Khizr and Musa alayhi salam. Okay, because Musa knows who Khizr is and Khizr knows what he's doing. That's it, and he does it. He does it. Okay, and then he explains why he did it. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
there's
And
no evidence. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Basically, Adnan bhai, we are being told by the Murabbis day in, day out, that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani came to revive the true Islam. It means that any practice he was doing, they have to trace back to true Islam,
Yes.
the Islam of Sahaba.
Yes.
Because if he was just going to follow the interpreters, this and that, then why you make the claim of true Islam?
Yes. Takmile Ishat Deen.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Takmile, because he came for Takmile Ishat Deen.
Yes. No,
So
why they claim that आसमान सुरैया सितारे पे ईमान चला गया, दीन चला गया, कुरान चला गया, मिर्जा गुलाम कादियानी साहब नीचे लेके आए.
and without Mirza there is no Quran.
No Quran, exactly.
Without Mirza there is no Quran. So if
Yeah,
he knows the Quran, what is he doing?
yeah.
What
So
is
basically, by the point we are making is, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani and Jamaat Ahmadiyya is claiming to be revived the true Islam of the companion, Ma'ana alayhi wa sahabi. So
yes.
whatever practice he was doing, either they have to bring the command from his God, revelation, as prophets have, or they have to trace it back into Ma'ana alayhi wa sahabi. Otherwise, they are making the false claims.
This is like another example of him going and throwing chickpeas in the
Yes,
well to
yes,
kill Abdullah Atam, because it
yes,
wasn't happening. It wasn't
yes,
happening. Abdullah Atam he wasn't dying. So Mirza thought, now Allah is failing to kill him. Let me throw some chane into the well,
yes,
some chickpeas. In case people don't know what I'm talking about, when Abdullah Atam wasn't dying as per Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani's specific prophecy, Mirza got basically nervous and he tried to do some ritual by which he wanted to kill Abdullah Atam. He took some chickpeas and he went to a well in the
He said, no,
outskirts.
no, he sent his people.
He said, no. He went himself and threw something in the well. That's a separate occasion.
Okay.
He threw something into the well and he said, don't look back. Don't look back. Okay. So he left. So the point is, if Allah is failing to kill him, how would Mirza go and do it? Is my question. How is Mirza going to do it?
Exactly.
And
So basically, yeah.
so in Abdullah Atam's case, Imtiaz Bhai, there is
Yeah.
something very interesting.
Yeah.
He did anything and everything to make it happen.
Yes.
Yeah, to make it happen. But
Yes.
in this case, Mubarak Ali's case, he did everything and anything to not make it happen.
Oh, exactly. Yes.
You see,
why? So yeah. Continue. Please continue.
so in Abdullah Atam's case, he wants him to die. Die. But when Allah has told him his son will die, he's trying to prevent it. He's trying to do anything to save his son. In both cases, he fails. Amazingly, right? So this is.
Adnan bhai, when you mentioned this, you reminded me of something interesting. When Ahmadi clerics, when they debate with the Christians, they want to prove that Isa salam was alive, did not die. When they debate to us, they want to prove the death of Isa salam.
Yes, absolutely. So these people are people of no standards. They change. They keep shifting poles. They will shift the pole in the whole pitch. They will take the pole around the whole pitch. Like I posted once an image. I think I'm going to post it again. It's an amazing image where Murabbis, basically Mirza is shooting arrows. You might have seen that, Imtiaz bhai. Mirza is shooting arrows and Murabbis are moving the target.
Yeah.
That cartoon Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Disney cartoon. When basically King is shooting arrows, so they jump to catch the arrows into the target. So these Murabbis are basically always jumping around to make sure that Mirza's arrow hits the bullseye. It hits the bullseye, even though it is not going on target. But they will run to make sure that the arrow actually hits the bullseye, okay? Because Mirza can't do it himself. So the Murabbis will make it happen. But in this case, I think they have lost their courage. They have lost their motivation. They don't want to do it anymore because they know the more they try, the more it doesn't work. Where are you?
Adnan bhai, they have two defenses through which and by which they can blind their community. Number one, look at their language. They're mocking the promised Messiah. Look at them. This is how the Munkirin do with the prophets. Number one. Just why? Emotional rhetoric to shut the minds of common Ahmadis and not to let them think clearly that what's actually being said. What Adnan Bashir is saying, it makes perfect sense. And secondly, the famous response, they're lying. They are lying. That's it. These are the two responses. They are lying or look at their language. Come and defend.
Yes. Come and if we are lying, then come and save us and save your community because they're listening to us. There are people listening to us. And inshallah, they will leave your cult. The cult is already finished. The cult has already fallen. Alhamdulillah. And the greatest sign, Declan has this message, excellent research, Muhammad. This is truly shocking, unbelievable. Yes, Declan, there is a lot more to come. There are a lot more shocks to come your way. Okay. And Declan interviewed me recently. We put it up on my channel as well. And it's very nice of Declan to do this research. Declan is already working on a book that will be coming out soon. And when it comes out, everyone will read and watch this space, as they say. Okay, hold your breath. The book is coming out soon, inshallah. So thank you so much, Declan, for the comment. And keep up the good work, inshallah.
And Adnan bhai, inshallah, before our friend Declan leaves, I just want to share something. Adnan bhai, it's being shared to you as well just now. I know that you don't know either. Let me just put on the screen bhai, and inshallah, it's just some sort of Allah's plan that it's happening by on the day of when the one of their jalsa is happening. So this next Saturday bhai, something exciting is coming up. Let me share my screen bhai, and let's reveal to the people as well. Okay, just a second. Okay. Yes, but it's coming now. Where is it? Yes, bhai. Let me just share my screen. So, bhai, inshallah, you have to make sure that inshallah you are joining us in this very important live stream.
Is this stream next Saturday, Imtiaz bhai?
Yes, bhai.
I will be busy, but I will try to join, inshallah. We have a big Dawa conference going on,
Yeah,
inshallah. But inshallah, I'll try my best to join, for even if it's for a short time. I will
yeah.
join, inshallah.
So as everyone can see, sorry, let me just make it bigger.
Ahmadiyya is sinking ship, numbers game.
Yes, and why it will be live on Dawa Wise as well, inshallah. Our Dawa Wise team, inshallah, we will be together. And inshallah, we are inviting some special guests for this stream. And you know, by the reason for this particular stream, Adnan Bhai, is, as I just mentioned, they are trying to use this deception to shut the mind of, oh, they are lying. We are going to produce conclusive proofs, decisive evidence that their entire establishment had been lying for years and years under oath.
For 100 years. For 100
Under
years.
oath. From Mirza
Yes.
Ghulam Qadiani's time up till today, they are
Yeah.
lying under oath.
Yes. Absolutely. No doubt.
And
No
then
doubt.
we will let people decide that
Mm.
they are the proven liars.
Yes.
They had been lying, their caliphs have been lying under oath. How can you trust them?
Absolutely.
Because not
Absolutely.
by sometimes people are lost in the deep theological argument and discussions.
Yes.
So we want to give people something very simple, which
Yes.
every simple person can see that yes, this establishment, their caliphs, their leadership, they are proven liars. They had been lying under oath. And then we want to see that what excuse Ahmadi is going to have on the day of judgment.
Absolutely.
Right now they can say, oh, Adnan Bhai brings the evidence, Murabbi brings the evidence, Murabbi quote Ibn Taymiyyah, Shah Waliullah, we don't know. Okay, no problem. We give you something very simple, very straightforward, in which there is no twisting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will be joining this, inshallah. I find this to be very interesting. Inshallah. I'll be there. Imtiaz bhai, I will take a short break. You
Why,
continue.
do you have 5 minutes just to wrap up this
Yeah.
first?
Yeah. Go ahead, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. I will just quickly, why, inshallah, I know that it's very late over there. I just want to, inshallah, conclude in 5 minutes.
And if
And then,
Declan is still watching, Declan, join the stream. Especially when I leave, you are most welcome to join. You can join now. I'm going to be leaving very soon, but it'll be nice to hear from you as well and from your experience.
yeah.
Inshallah.
So, Adnan Bhai, I mentioned my 3 point. My last point, Adnan Bhai, is there a common Ahmadi who has a 2-year-old daughter? Think of your own daughter. Are you going to do this with your own daughter? If not, why not? Because this is sunnah of your prophet. Do it. And if your conscience is saying, no, I can't do that, it means that this thing is evil. Because Allah says in the Quran, فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا, that I have inspired every soul. Inherently, we knew what is good and what is evil. And that internal, built-in moral compass is telling every common Ahmadi that this is evil.
Absolutely.
You can't do this to a child. You can't ruin the life of a 2.5-year-old Maryam. You can't do that. Now, if that is the case, then is it not true is it not very clear that if somebody is involved in something evil, something so disgusting, how can you believe this person was a prophet, Mahdi, and Messiah?
Absolutely.
It's
Indeed.
And Adnan, my last point is this. Adnan, look at this one. He did not stop the deception. Why he says, लेकिन खुदा की कुदरतों पे कुर्बान जाऊं कि जब मुबारक अहमद फौत हुआ, साथ ही खुदा ताला ने ये इल्हाम किया, इन्ना नुबश्शिरुका बिगुलामिन हलीम यंजिलु मंजिल मुबारक, that we are going, he said that as soon as the death of Mubarak Ahmad happened, his God revealed to him that we give you a glad tidings of another son who will be in place of Mubarak Ahmad. जो बिमंज़िला Mubarak Ahmad, he will be in place. And why? You know by why? और इसका कायम मकाम और शबी होगा. He will be just as a replica of Mubarak Ahmad. But the question is why? बस खुदा ने ना चाहा कि दुश्मन खुश हो. He said that his God does not want his enemies to be happy, so he's going to replace Mubarak Ahmad with an son. इसलिए इसने बामुजर्रद वफात मुबारक अहमद के एक दूसरे लड़के की बशारत दे दी. Says, for this reason my God has given me the good news of another son just because of death of Mubarak. Why? ताकि ये समझा जाए कि मुबारक अहमद बहुत नहीं हुआ. So it is as though Mubarak did not die. Why? Before you comment, look at this one. Allahu Akbar. Why? Because Mubarak Ahmad died on 16th of September 1907. No child was born to Mirza Ghulam Qadiani after that. What about this one?
Allahu Akbar. So not only Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani got proven false for disbelieving Allah's revelation, allegedly, he alleges another revelation that now Mubarak Ahmad has died. Allah has told him about another child that will be born to him who will replace Mubarak Ahmad, as if Mubarak Ahmad hasn't died, and no child was born. No child, because this Mubarak Ahmad died in 1907, August or September? September 1907. And Mirza died in May 1908.
Yes.
So Mirza had plenty of time to produce this child. Mirza had plenty of time. You know, from September to May, how many months is that, Imtiaz? By 9 months?
Basically, this ishtihar was given in November. So December and then 5 months, nearly 5 months.
In 5 months, a man can produce 100 children with 100 women if you want.
You know by what? Look at this one.
Yeah.
There was a scholar with the name Saadullah Ludhianvi.
Right.
Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said that you are a mukhannas.
Right.
And he said if you are not a mukhannas, produce a child.
And he produced a child.
No. Why? The point is, how can you say this to somebody?
Yes.
Who has the power? For example, if somebody is young, whatever, nobody can do that. There are many.
In this case, Allah proved Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani to be mukhannas. Okay, because within the next 6 months, he could not produce a child, and Allah lied again. Allah lied again, because here he is claiming this ilham. Inna nubashiruka bi ghulamin. Allahu Akbar, quoting the Quran. He is actually copying the Quran here. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani is using the wording of the Quran. Where was this wording used? About Ishaq
yes.
and Yaqub.
Yeah.
About Ishaq alayhi salam and Yaqub alayhi salam. Isaac and Jacob in the Quran, Allah used the same wording when he gave the glad tidings to Ibrahim and Sarah. And Sarah, amazingly, this is where the miracle is of the Quran. Sarah, she was shocked. Okay? She fadahikat. The Quran says she laughed when she heard this. And Mirza is so confident. He's saying, Allah has revealed this to me, it will happen. But Sarah, when she heard this, fadahikat. And then the angel said, Ta'jibina min amrillah. Okay? Are you shocked about Allah's command? Allah's abilities? Okay? And guess what? Sarah, even in old age, when she was nearly barren, she gives birth to Ishaq, and Ishaq gives birth to Yaqub, word by word fulfilled. Here you have a so-called prophet using the same wording for himself. Inna nubashiruka bi ghulamin halimin. Okay? Allah is speaking to him, we give you the glad tidings of a son, a child. Okay? And what happens? No son is born to Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Where are the murabbis? Where are the murabbis?
Just to add 2 points, inshallah, in your
these points cannot be belittled. Imtiaz bhai, you know, even the language.
Yes.
Even the language, we cannot just get over it. Inna nubashiruka bi ghulamin halimin. He's copying the Quran and he's saying Khuda Ta'ala ne ye ilham kiya. In other words, he's claiming another revelation like the Quran. He's got the Arabic words there, like Allah has revealed this to him. So he's Allahu Akbar. This is a blunder. It's kufr upon kufr, kufr upon kufr, kufr, lies upon lies. Because Allah did not speak. If Allah spoke, Allah would have.
Subhanallah. Adnan, but it is the same problem. You remember, you always, you always highlight with Abdul Hakim Patialvi's case. But same is here. But look at this one. Mirza is claiming that Allah is going to make his enemies unhappy by giving him another child. Now, but look at this one. When Allah was not going to give him another child, how was Allah going to make his enemies unhappy?
Allahu
And
Akbar.
secondly, but look at this one. Again, the same problem. Head and tail. Both Mirza has head and tail. Look at this one. If a child is born in this way, Mubarak Ahmad will be replaced and enemies of Mirza will be unhappy. If a
Yes.
child is not born, so what? So again, no problem. Still no problem.
And Imtiaz bhai, you know, if you keep reading, aage chale, if you keep reading, it says that Allah gave him another glad tiding that I will make your children a very powerful nasl, a very powerful people, right? And Qadianis, Ahmadis, if you look at their condition today in the world, okay, subhanallah, do I have to say anything? Their
Adnan
numbers,
bhai,
their
Adnan bhai,
numbers,
remember,
their numbers
bhai,
are declining.
remember,
Their
by your
numbers
book,
are, yeah,
by your book, Ibrahim Fulfilled, you know, bhai,
yes,
is
yes,
basically imitating Genesis. I will
yes,
make you a great nation.
yes, absolutely.
What happened actually?
But Allah made Islam and Muslims a great nation. Islam is still growing. It's
Yes.
the fastest growing religion in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Every month, 20,000 people are accepting Islam just with one Muslim organization that I happen to serve or work with, right? Okay. Imagine here, Mirza is saying Allah told him that there will be a bhari qawm teri nasl se paida hogi. Okay, what bhari? Your numbers are declining. Mirza Tahir said how many million? 20 million. Mirza
Why,
Tahir,
when Mirza Tahir died, they claimed 160 million.
and now
200 million. 200 million. I've got the quote for 200 million as well.
Wow. Wow.
200 million. And Asif Basit said what from the official platform?
10 to 15.
10 to 15. 10 to 15. From 200 million, they've gone down to 10 to 15 million. इसको कहते हैं एक भारी कौम तेरी नस्ल से पैदा करूंगा. Even this is a lie. Even this is a lie. It's declining. The numbers are decreasing. Their arguments are failing. Their efforts are failing. Their money is declining. They are receiving less chanda. Their youngsters are leaving. They're coming back to Islam. And their murabbis have lost the spine to come and face us and talk to us. And when they do talk to us, they restrict us to 60 seconds while they talk for 15 minutes.
They want to discuss Shah Waliullah and Ahmad Zabarelvi.
Yeah. Nahi, Mirza Sahib nahi. Mirza Sahib. Don't mention Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. Don't mention Hazrat Masih Maud. Don't mention Hazrat Masih Maud. What was he saying? Ibrahim Ikhlaf? Don't mention him. Not him. We don't want to discuss him.
Bad people.
What is he back, by the way? Have they allowed him back, or is he still is under house arrest?
Who?
Ibrahim Ikhlaf. Have they allowed him to come back?
From what I understand, he wasn't there last week. He wasn't there.
Okay. He's not coming back. I don't think so. Because if he comes back, the question remains. The question is that nonsense, that belief nonsense. That Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani is the second coming of Muhammad Rasulullah.
Adnan bhai, I know you have to go. That's why
Yes.
I left one surprise before you left.
Okay.
Before you left. You know, bhai, the surprise is, bhai, guess what? That Abdul Hakim Ilham of 14 months is part of this ishtihar.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
there.
Okay.
That's there. Yes.
Okay. Wow. So this ishtihar, sorry, this ishtihar, what is, so in the same ishtihar,
Same
where,
ishtihar.
okay, November 1907,
5th of November 1907.
1907. So Abdul Hakim Patialvi matter was also discussed in the same ishtihar.
In this ishtihar.
And
You know
I will
why?
make them
Because Mirza
to be
Ghulam
liars.
Ahmad wanted to have some extra boasting. So he ended up saying this as well.
और फिर आखिर में उर्दू में फरमाया Allah, यानी first Allah was revealing in Arabic, okay, this one was so special that he revealed it in the Urdu language. मैं तेरी उम्र को बढ़ा दूंगा, यानी दुश्मन जो कहता है कि सिर्फ जुलाई 1907 से 14 महीने तक तेरी उम्र के दिन रह गए हैं, ये ऐसा ही जो तेरे दुश्मन पेशगोई में करते हैं, इन सब को मैं झूठा करूंगा और तेरी उम्र को बढ़ा दूंगा ताकि मालूम हो कि मैं कि मैं खुदा हूं, हर एक अमर मेरे इख्तियार में है. अल्लाहु अकबर. ये अजीम शान पेश गोई. So this is again coming back to Abdul Hakim Patialvi, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. He claimed that Allah told him in the Urdu language that what Abdul Hakim Patialvi and others like him. Now he is not even relevant. Abdul Hakim Patialvi is not even relevant because Mirza Sahib is saying even others, what they're saying, that your life will only be for 14 months from July 1907. I will make them liars and I will extend your life beyond 14 months from July 1907. Mirza dies within 9 months on the 26th of May 1908. So this particular ishtihar is very Mubarak for us. Imtiaz bhai, I'm gonna get this ishtihar transcribed in gold ink, okay? And I'm gonna frame it. November 1907, 5 November 1907.
Yes.
5th of November, and Imtiaz bhai, I'm gonna get this done. आप समझ रहे हैं? You might be thinking I'm joking. I'm gonna get this whole ishtihar transcribed, okay? And I'm gonna frame it and I'm gonna put it in my house for barakat, okay?
Now look at this one. This is what Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said. Why look at this one? Goi ke saath ye bhi hai कि sorry, no. I show you this one. He said that make the frame and this and that. I show you that. But just give me 1 second. He said this actually.
कोई और निशान आ गया, मेरा भी निशान कोई आ गया.
जी आपका निशान आ गया. आप मिर्जा गुलाम कादियानी said that इसको घरों में लगाओ.
अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर. वाह वाह वाह, ये तो निशान हो गया भाई. ये तो चलो एक बात तो सच साबित हुई है ना इश्तिहार में. चलो देखते हैं क्या है.
हाँ ये भाई देखे जरा. अच्छा इसका ना मैं वो निकालता हूँ जो कि यहाँ पे मैंने इसके आखिरी पेज में आपको दिखाना है भाई. ये आपने देख के जाना, आपका निशान जाहिर हो गया है.
ओहो हो, यानी ये मैं सच्चा साबित हो गया हूँ. अल्लाह ने मुझे सच्चा कर दिया. अल्लाहु अकबर वलिल्लाह अलहम्द. अल्लाह ही इज्जत देने वाला है. So
नान भाई, मिर्जा also said कि शहनशाह तुम्हारे कपड़ों में बरकत ढूंढेंगे, तो आप शहनशाह भी आज डिक्लेयर हो गए.
नहीं हमने भाई वो शहनशाह भी ढूंढ लिए हैं. हमने वो शहनशाह भी ढूंढ लिए हैं भाई.
अच्छा, कौन से शहनशाह हैं?
वो अगली स्ट्रीम में आ रहे हैं, वो अगली स्ट्रीम में आएंगे. अच्छा, यहाँ is there anywhere it's written के put it on the wall? इस पेशेंट गोई को एक साथ भेज कर दिए कि एक सकता हूँ. मैं कोई तो आपको दिखाने लगा हूँ.
अच्छा, where is it?
मैं सिर्फ उसको मैं तो कहना उसकी वेबसाइट पे जाके ना उसका वो पूरा इश्तिहार निकाल रहा हूँ.
Okay.
चलिए मुझे आप 1 मिनट दें. आप तब तक करें बात नान भाई.
So it's basically I just mentioned that I'll frame this ishtihar because it's so historic and so devastating for the Qadiani Jamaat that this ishtihar alone has ample evidence to prove Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani to be one of the greatest liars who lived in human history. One of the greatest liars, okay? Because of so many lies in this. It's lies because he himself claimed things and they never happened. They contradicted his actions and his words, okay? And then I said, because so great a gift is this ishtihar for the Muslim Ummah to disprove the Qadiani cult, right? I said, I will frame it. And lo and behold, apparently, that's also written in the ishtihar that frame this ishtihar. Frame, okay? So we're going to frame it. I'm going to actually get this written, and any Qadiani who wants to talk to me, you show it to them. Look, this ishtihar alone is enough for you to reject this man as an imposter, as a liar, who attributed so many lies to Allah. So not only that son wasn't born to him, his son died, and he tried to undo that ilham, so-called ilham. His son died, okay? And then he claims that another son will be given to him, okay? Inna nubashiruka bi ghulamin halimin, okay? That he claimed that Allah revealed to him that I give you the glad tiding of another son, okay, to replace Mubarak Ahmad. That never happened. Then in this same ishtihar, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani wrote that my enemies that say that I will die within 14 months from July 1907, Allah told me in the Urdu language that I will prove them to be liars, false, and I will prolong your life beyond 14 months from July 1907. Okay, this is Allah telling Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, which never happened. Mirza died within 9 months on the 26th of May 1908. So this was proven to be a false prophecy
I got it,
again.
It's coming. I got it. Your sign has been shown, mashallah, live sign.
Chalo, next time when you see me, guys, all of you, make sure you kiss my hand, okay? मेरा निशान जाहिर हो गया भाई.
भाई अभी देखिए आपका निशान, ये देखें. चाहिए कि मेरी जमात इसको याद रखें, इसको अपने घरों के निजारा गाह जगहों पे चस्पा करें.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. In this same ishtihar, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani gave instructions that my Jamaat must memorize this ishtihar and put it in a special spot on the walls in your houses. Nazara Gah ka matlab hai where it's actually visible to everyone who comes into the house. And this is exactly what I said, that I will frame it and put it on the wall in my house. I will do it. Okay? I will do it. Mirza was so confident about this ishtihar that this ishtihar will prove him to be a truthful person. This ishtihar proved to be the greatest indictment on Mirza, or one of the greatest indictments on Mirza's legacy, Mirza's claims, and Mirza's Jamaat. Okay, there you go. ये तो फिर वाकई निशान हो गया अहमद भाई ये तो निशान जाहिर हो गया यार.
Yes, inshallah. So we're showing it from their website as well if they claim that we did not find it. It's highlighted right in the middle.
And wallahi, I had no idea. It's there. Okay, I had no idea it's there. Right? I know that part about Abdul Hakim Patyalvi and all that because I've read it many times. Right? But this ishtihar, that this was also there, that you frame it and you put it on the wall. So ये तो चमत्कार हो गया.
अच्छा, और अदनान भाई आप अदनान भाई एक और बात देखें जरा. Just one more thing भाई, one more thing. This ishtihar is an evidence that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani has no idea about his own death. I give you the proof by look at this one.
Of course he did it. That's why he made that lie.
Because they are claiming. You remember, once Raheel Ahmad, we discussed this topic, the same topic. He said, go and read Fulan book, and Fulan book, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani already, they said, my death is imminent. No, let me show them. I will show here.
No, in this ishtihar, he's saying my life will be prolonged beyond 14 months from July 1907. Right? This ishtihar is published in November 1907. So that means he's still hopeful that his life will be long.
No, bhai, look at this one. Bhai, this is another proof. Look, read this one, bhai.
बल्कि मुझे खबर दी गई है कि हमारे घर के अजीजों में से या हमारे बहुत करीब मुतालिकीन में से बाज की अजल करीब है. सो ऐसे वाकयात दुश्मन के लिए खुशी की जगह नहीं, क्योंकि मौत फौत से किसी नबी का खानदान मुस्तस्ना नहीं रहा.
Now, the point is, he is saying that I have been given the news that death of my relatives, even close relative, is just around the corner.
It's imminent.
If his own death was also imminent, why did not say this?
Yes, because he's saying मेरे बहुत करीब मुतालिकीन.
Adnan bhai, this is the second last announcement in the last volume of announcement. As you can see, it is page number 479 out of 493. And it is 5th of November. We want them to show us after 5th of November 1907. Where did Mirza say that Ilham of Abdul Hakim has been cancelled? Now my life will not. No, nothing. It's all just a made-up story.
No. This is their what do you call it? Gaslighting and face-saving exercise. Because look, nothing they can say, Imtiaz bhai, that can undo this ishtihar. Nothing. You know why? Because the words are so specific, Imtiaz bhai. The words are what? That Allah told me in the Urdu language that what your enemies say about you, that you will die within 14 months of July 1907. I will prove them to be liars, and I will prolong your life from what they say. What do they say? That Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani will die within 14 months of 1907. And that's exactly what happened. So how did Allah make them liars? And how did Allah prolong his life? It's a lie. Completely falsified. So there is no room left for Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. That's why I will frame it. I will frame it, and I will show a picture to everyone once it's done, because I'm going to get it properly. I don't know how many pages it is. It's probably going to cost me a lot of money, but I'm going to get it done in calligraphy. And I will highlight the important parts like you have highlighted in gold. Mubarak Ahmad part and Patyalvi part, and even this part later on, and Inna Nubashiruka bi Ghulamin Halimin, even that part. So all the amazing parts, I will highlight them in golden ink, and I will ask every Qadiani to explain this to me. Bhai, explain this to me. फिर देखते हैं क्या gymnastics करते हैं. इम्तियाज भाई, मैं इजाजत लूं.
Janab, Jazakallah khair, Adnan bhai. Allah Ta'ala, may Allah bless you, your efforts, your work, mashallah, the amazing work of Dawa Aira is doing, and you are part of, mashallah, that noble cause. And whatever time by you give us, it's a blessing for us. Alhamdulillah.
Jazakumullah khairan, brothers. Ahmad, Brother Omar, everyone else, thank you so much. Allah bless you. And I'll join you again next Saturday, inshallah. If not tonight, I'll see if I can, but no guarantee. But next Saturday, inshallah, I'll be there. Tazbay, carry on. Allah bless you. Allah reward you for all your efforts. And inshallah, maybe tomorrow, drop me a message. Inshallah, I need to have a quick chat with you, inshallah. Just plan
Inshallah,
something, inshallah. Okay.
Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Yes, my dear brothers. By the way, Ahmad and Omar and Nabil bhai, don't be happy.